Now we're going to move on to a devastating ending to a case we covered a few weeks ago. So on March 7th, authorities found what they believe to be the remains of missing 15-month-old Colorado girl, Evelyn Boswell. She was found on property owned by a relative of her mother, Megan Boswell, in Bountville, about 120 miles north of Knoxville. And court documents indicate that the property is owned by Evelyn's maternal grandfather, Tommy Boswell Sr. And Tommy was also the person to report Evelyn missing in the first place. The body of the child found was wearing the clothes matched to what Evelyn was last seen wearing. And in addition to that, children's clothing, diapers, and toys were also found with her body. She's actually been missing since December of 2019. However, an Amber Alert was not issued until February 18th. And shortly after that, actually 7 days after that, on February 25th, Evelyn's mother, Megan, was arrested for filing false police reports. And Megan's mother, Evelyn's grandmother, Angela Boswell, and Angela's boyfriend, William McLeod, were also arrested for fleeing town in a stolen car. So Megan's bond has since been increased from $25,000 to $150,000. And the toddler's remains are being sent out for an autopsy and official identification right now. This investigation remains active and ongoing, and the Evelyn Boswell Memorial Fund at the Children's Advocacy Center of Sullivan County has now been set up to help abused and neglected children, and we'll have more information about that. But what really perplexes me about this case, and I know a lot of people ask these same questions, is why so long for the Amber Alert?
Your baby, a 15-month-old, goes missing in December, but you wait until February 18th to say she's missing? If I don't see my child in 15 minutes, I'm calling 911 at that age, at 15 months old.
Right.
I mean, what mother does this unless something is horribly wrong, which it is, and they did something horribly wrong, which she is accused she could have. But it looks like Megan has gotten herself, her mother, her relatives, her loved ones,
all implicated in some way.
We're seeing yet another case where someone has allegedly taken the life of someone. But in this case, it's just so sad. It's her baby, her little girl, her child, who was found in her little clothes that she was last seen in, and with her little toys and baby items.
And what's up with that? Just dispose of everything that the child ever owned too, along with her body? I mean, that was also very perplexing as I was reading about the details that, why would you dump out all of her belongings next to her?
Was it to make it look as if someone just took her and took everything and then just dumped all that stuff right there, as if some strange, you just don't know what goes on in the mind of whomever killed this baby. Little Evelyn is gone. And so much doesn't add up. So much is wrong with this. And the mother is the last person you'd want to accuse, the last person you'd want to point a finger at or ask, how could you, why did you, why not this? But this is egregious in many areas. And investigators are building this case and are doing what they need to do, and what they're bringing forward and showing, it just doesn't look good on Megan. And I was just looking at the video of her when she's in court, and I'm wondering, like, what's the IQ quotient there? Or is it just what she's going through? She's looking around and looking. It's like there's this. It makes me wonder if she's not all the way there. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But she just, when the investigator, when the judge, when the proceedings were going on, and she's just worried about it. She's just kind of like looking at butterflies in space.
It was really odd.
And I wonder what's going on there.
Yes.
I mean, I just would be so torn up. Your baby's gone.
Right.
Your life could be over.
Yes.
But
I don't know if it all sunk in for her. And as a neuropsychologist, some of the things that we consider when we see people like that, and sometimes what I'm called in to do, is to evaluate the person's cognitive and psychological capacity. Like, maybe there is a case here, as you mentioned, with low cognitive capacity, and that's why things aren't adding up, and she might not even fully contemplate and understand the consequences of what's going on. Or it could be a question of psychological capacity. For example, if she is in the middle of a psychotic state or a very untreated severe mental illness, that could also explain why her demeanor was so off. But that really did seem odd to me. And if the grandfather, if the maternal grandfather of the little baby didn't step forward and say, you know what, I haven't seen my granddaughter in a while. What's going on? Who knows how much longer?
What's their culpability?
Yes.
As a grandparent, you have responsibility too.
Right.
And you're one of the guardians in this world for your prosperity, your offspring.
Yes.
You love your child, but your grandbaby has done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And we all have to look out for those who can't look out for themselves. And a 15-month-old baby, where is this baby? And then picking up on the signs of this relative of Megan when she started to tell lies, or you found this wasn't true, or the baby wasn't there, or so-and-so who she was supposed to be with doesn't know what you're talking about, hadn't seen her. I know we're talking about from Colorado to Tennessee, but, this baby has not been seen. No one. Who was the last person to have had the child? Where's the child now? Put them on FaceTime.
Right.
Call, let me hear. Find and report if you can't find.
Right. Absolutely. And the filing police reports, the reason why that is a charge, filing false police reports, is because you are utilizing precious police resources, our tax dollars, lead them down a completely different trail when you know what happened. And I think that's why they eventually arrested her, because she knew what was going on if she wasn't actually implicated in the death of this child. And she, as you mentioned, implicated various family members on this chase where they escape town. It just doesn't make sense.
We don't want to blame or point fingers or look at the mother, but unfortunately, it happens.
It happens.
It has happened before.
Yes.
And we just have to trust that they will get to the bottom of this, that justice will be served. But sadly, this has happened. And unfortunately and tragically, little Evelyn, she's gone. She's
gone.
Lost. And there's so many people who want a baby, who would love to raise a beautiful child. Those beautiful round eyes, those little teeth in the bottom that just came through, that blonde, beautiful hair.
Oh, she's so
Her little
cute.
cheeks, they just hug and kiss and cuddle and just take care of that baby. I don't care if I'm around anybody's baby. I can be in the elevator. If they drop a toy, whatever, you take care of.
They're
you just
so
become your
innocent.
maternal instincts.
That's
I couldn't hurt anyone's child or dog or whatever for someone to hurt, to take the life of their own child. That's just unthinkable. But sadly, it happens. And the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, they'll get down to it. I've been there in that building of TBI on various cases, even with Crime Watch Daily, when they sent me there on cases and sat down and interviewed with them and looked through and seen their a couple of labs
and everything.
They will get down to it.
I'm so glad.
And I have confidence that justice will be served.
Yes.
But I'm sure those family members, the loved ones of that baby girl, nothing will ever be good enough, because it won't ever bring poor little Evelyn, baby girl, 15-month-old, beautiful child back.
And it is so inexplicable when somebody goes against their maternal instincts, which are actually biologically and evolutionarily rooted. So it takes a lot to overcome that, to do something so different. And yet, as you mentioned, there are other cases where the parents kill their own children, too many to count. And that's why it is good that even though we can't bring Evelyn back, that they have set up a memorial fund at the Children's Advocacy Center so that we can help other abused and neglected children and try to prevent as many of these deaths as possible.
Right.